this is Sean. Currently on my way back to the United States. Thought I'd do a review of the hotel I'm staying at just outside of Pudong International Airport. This is called the Yunhe Yebo Hotel. And it's just outside the Pudong Airport. I had to fly from Fujian to Shanghai, and now I'm waiting for my flight back to the United States from Pudong. And I decided to come here a day earlier because of all the current situations and different sort of inspections and things like that associated with the pandemic going on. I decided it was probably kind of a little bit prudent to get here a little bit earlier in case of unforeseen sort of holdups or anything like that. But the hotel itself is located at 128 Chuting Lo, or Chuting Road, just outside. The taxi from Pudong to here was 86 Kwai, which is a little bit more than I anticipated. Usually I would expect it to be about 60, so it's a little bit further than I kind of was anticipating. I prefer to find a hotel that's maybe a little bit closer to the airport whenever I'm kind of leaving from there. Now usually when you're going to the international airports, the hotels around those airports are a lot nicer, or you get really good deals. And certainly this is one of them. It's a pretty exquisite hotel, I would say. Why that is because the Chinese know all about impressions, first impressions and things like that. So you're going to find pretty good deals around the major airports in China. What I mean by that is this is about 30 American dollars, or in Chinese money it's about 208 Kwai RMB. So 30 bucks for this hotel is quite nice, and I'm accustomed to it. There's really been no occasion that I was ever staying in a hotel around the airport that it's been kind of shady or anything like that. The only thing I thought that was kind of a little bit sketchy for me was the deposit. The deposit is basically the full price of the room, and they hold it. From what I'm understanding, they were saying they hold it for 3 days. I get the deposit back after I leave 3 days later. And I'm pretty uncomfortable with that, and I think any traveler would be, because, well, how are you supposed to retrieve? What if you pay in cash? Like, how are you supposed to get that money back? And especially if you're leaving the country, all the sort of difficulties associated with that. So it's not something we'll see how that goes. Maybe I misunderstood them. Maybe I'll get it when I leave, which would be more common protocol in those situations. But we'll see what happens. But $30, you get a room it's really nice. You get all the amenities. There's water, there's tea, there's soaps, toothbrushes, toothpaste, soaps, shampoos, conditioners. You have things like mini bar. You have tea kettle. You have your safety. You have bathrobes and slippers and everything. Hair dryers, a weight, even alarm clock, and even sort of a weight in the bathroom for checking your weight. So it's pretty nice. It's a great deal. They have an excellent breakfast. Hopefully I can give you some shots of that. Just a full spread, both Western and Chinese. Really nice food. Really nice layout. Nice restaurant. They have a really nice gym. It's located in a nice plaza, which has food stores, supermarkets, pharmacies. If you go for a walk, there's a little park, and it's really kind of nice. It's a great deal for 30 bucks. You can't beat that, and I definitely would recommend it to anyone. It's called the Yunhe Yebo Hotel in Shanghai, just outside Pudong Airport. I think that's about all. Check it out. Got more things. I forgot to tell you. Some amongst the amenities, they also give you some snacks here. And when I first got in here, I got a knock on the door, and so I was kind of like, "What's up?" And they gave you a little bowl of red bean soup, and I thought that was kind of unique to this hotel. It was kind of nice, kind of courtesy show guests. So that was kind of a nice surprise. One bad thing that happened, and really not associated to the hotel, it's just when I was checking in, I had taking the taxi from Pudong to the hotel. I went through the taxi service at the airport, and they just kind of assign you a taxi. And the taxi driver The taxi driver immediately was kind of playing "I don't know what you're saying" kind of thing, even though I was talking to him in Chinese. Kind of immediately was taking that route, and a lot of times the people who are kind of used to it, they're kind of just seeing how much you know, the probing basically. And so anyway, he drove me. I got in the taxi. He drove me out here, and I paid for the taxi with Alipay, just because I didn't really want to sort of yeah, get coins and stuff like that. And I paid it for Alipay. And what happens when you're paying with Alipay sometimes is like you have to verify things, and sometimes maybe you don't verify it, so it doesn't go through. And so sometimes you have to redo the transaction, and it's kind of up to both parties to make sure it goes through. And sometimes I'm just a little bit too busy, and I won't notice that it didn't go through, and the person will remind me. This happens, frequently enough to be aware of it. And so I came in, I got out of the taxi, and I thought I had paid for it, and I came inside to the checkout or check-in at the receptionist, and I was kind of dealing with things there, and it was a little bit hectic right then because I was dealing with health codes and things like that I'm pretty much unfamiliar with because I haven't had to deal with them too much. And then the taxi driver comes back into the lobby, and he comes up to me, and basically I was kind of understanding, oh, it didn't go through. We got to do it again? But he wanted to use it on a different system, which probably should have been raised a red flag for me there. He wanted to do it through WeChat instead of Alipay. And so I said, okay, here you go. And I paid him again through WeChat. And it turns out, I didn't check to see if the first one went through. And it turns out the first one had gone through. And, he kind of got out of there really quick. And because when I did eventually check it, once I was kind of, at a pause in my check-in with the receptionist. And once I checked it, I realized it went through, and so I went out to get him, but he was already gone. And that means I'm going to have to go through a dispute, file a dispute with Alipay and everything like that, which is just an inconvenience. But unfortunately, it kind of made me really kind of flustered and just kind of sort of off-put checking in, and I kind of think the receptionist was noticing that also. One of those unfortunate things that happens. You got to be alert to it though. Like when you're paying with the phone, that's one of the things. It's like stick around, make sure it goes through. See, it's usually your bank will notify you, or if you have your bank notifications on, see that it comes out of your account. Once it's out of your account, that means it's been paid. So it's something you got to kind of be alert to.